What's up, Ignite fans? Today we had a bunch of good games. Week 2, Day 3, TSM versus SSG, Stick Drift versus Equinox, and Nightmare versus 100 Thieves. Let's get into this. Game 1, TSM versus SSG. This game, starting off, map 1, this looked like classic TSM. They got a quick 2-0 loss. They were playing their Iron Man, Ultron, Goofy Flyers stuff. And, this is just going to be a quick 2-0 SSG. Milk Boy MVP, they played really well. Map 2, Museum of Contemplation, started off. TSM could not get anything going. Distance 104 meters pushed. They couldn't hit the first checkpoint. This TSM game's going to be a quick 2-0. TSM lose. Not That's actually not true. TSM put belt to ass. They had the Fuller hold playing Penny Parker and such. They didn't even play Penny. What am I talking about? They just beat them. I'm going to be totally honest. SSG could do literally nothing to them. SSG was handsless on offense. Map 3, we went to Shinsaburo. This is the first map 3 we've had in a long time here. And what are we looking at? SSG, they got pretty far, but they got held right before the bridge on Shinshibuya. TSM gets the fuller hold. TSM played really well here. This was just amazing. This is a big underdog story. No one was expecting TSM to do anything at all, not win a map, and certainly not win the series. This was great. TSM 2-1 with a bit of a reverse sweep. This was just good play out of TSM. It's nice to see them actually play double support and get off of their goofy triple supports that they just haven't been able to do. It seems like they've got their compositional issues fixed to some certain extent, and I'm excited to see what they can do against the other shit cans in their group. Game number 2, Equinox versus Stick Drift. I'm going to go through this really quickly because I don't care about it. Stick Drift win, Stick Drift win, Stick Drift 2-0. This was a really quick game, and, it's just not enjoyable to watch these terrible teams. Nightmare versus 100 Thieves. This was really exciting, Nightmare, they are a good group in a great, they are a good team in a great division, and they just can't really keep up. Here, they made it close with Sentinels. They were kind of close with NRG, and they made it really close with 100 Thieves here. Map 1 went to 100 Thieves in a bit of a 2-0 fashion. If we take a look at this, we got Light putting in work in the back line, playing great. Just classic Daredevil gameplay. And then, I feel like this map 1 could have gone very differently if SJW maybe pressed the Q button ever. You see him off angle, off to the right. You think, all right, he's going to off angle with his ult, combined with a rocket ult. But no, he goes back to main for the rocket ult. Like, what is this? You have the combo. Press Q on the off angle, and you probably win. But no, you don't press Q, and you lose 2-0 to 100 Thieves. Nightmare looked better than they have than every other game that they've played, but that was just such like a pain point. Their tank was playing terribly. Both of their tanks were playing terribly, and I don't know why. I cannot comprehend why SJW went back to main and fed himself to a Glartrox like that. That was silly. Moving on to map 2 of Spider Islands. If you look down at the bottom there, no ban by Nightmare. They forgot to ban Giga Chad or Brain Dead. This is how far they pushed. Look at this. They almost full pushed off of like amazing dives and great play out of SJW. 108 meters. This is pretty good, SJW and Light were putting in work, and Mace wasn't falling over every time, He fell over, but it wasn't constantly, and they had some good ults on the back line with the Loki rocket. It was doing well. But 100 Thieves, they get the fuller push, unfortunately. It was good. Nightmare had momentum, but 100 Thieves was able to just bait out Loki lamps a few times and then kill the back line. And then, Nightmare falls over. 2-0, 100 Thieves. This every time I look at this division, I just think if Nightmare was thrown into Group A, they would be like a second place team. Like I think that they are. With what we saw them, Spice Station Gaming lost to TSM. Tell me if Nightmare was in Group A, they wouldn't be fucking running that behind Team Liquid Citadel. Like they would be. It's these groups are just horrid for Nightmare. Like Nightmare might be the like seventh best team in this region, or the sixth. I think that they might be better than some of the teams in their group. They're just losing to them because they're playing terribly. They're drafting terribly, but they looked pretty good with this Rocket stuff. They just flubbed a note on Clintar. It's not good. I'm excited to see what happens next, though. Maybe they'll win against FlyQuest and they can eke out a 1-4 playoffs somehow. I don't think that's going to happen. Um, Here are the next weeks. That's the end of week 2, going into week 3. This is the first matchup day of matches that we've got. So I've got my predictions here on the right of Swamp Gaming, Sentinels, and Team Liquid. I think it's going to be a clean sweep for the right side. I don't think that Energy Shock has anything. They can't hold a candle to Swamp Gaming. FlyQuest, they were pretty good, but they just I think they struggle too much. I mean, Sentinels. Honestly, I just pick Sentinels because I want to see more Iron Man. I think that'd be really funny if Sentinels goes to like the second in the division playing Iron Man. And then Team Liquid is gonna absolutely poo on SSG. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching.